Wow.
And we're live.
Yo, what
Hey,
is going on?
what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gaming Cult podcast, episode 14, the E3 after party. And everybody taking an after party pill right now because we all hung over from all of the bombs dropped during E3. We're trying to get this radiation therapy going so we can get out of this fallout, no pun intended. We have a sponsor.
Yes.
Children.
Our sponsor is Destiny. Today's Gaming Cult podcast is brought to you from our sponsors over at Destiny. They have a wide selection of clothing from snapbacks to hoodies. Destiny even does custom orders and they ship outside of the U.S. What's your Destiny? Order yours today at the link in the description.
By the way, so people know this isn't Destiny the game.
Yeah, it's Destiny the clothing line.
Because most people probably would have been like, Activision sponsoring y'all? No, not really.
That'd be nice, right? If Activision
No, that wouldn't. If Activision wasn't sponsoring us, I wouldn't watch it my damn self. But into the on topic of things, E3, the wild ass landscape known as E3. This is going to be a simple podcast today, literally focused solely on E3, and I promise you that it's extremely crazy. Just based off the simple fact that it was beyond expectations and above expectations, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, I actually agree.
Yeah, no, it really, pretty much was. It's just too much. The reviews and surprises that E3, I mean, some of the stuff that they announced is all coming out in 2019, and some of it is coming out in 2018, so it's kind of like a balance set there for it. So all's well that ends well. I'm okay with that. No one still understands what the hell happened in Death Stranding, so, stuff happens. Kojima does things that the human mind can't comprehend. We're going to try a somewhat new format this time around. And, there you go. Yeah, so
wow.
We're just going to be having this trailer play in the background.
Wow. So,
as far as the best of E3 trailers, yes, sponsored by IGN. But the amount of stuff that went on this E3 is like I don't know. I mean, we're gonna get to all of the games first, but EA's conference was extremely underwhelming, so no one can tell me any different. The only games from E3's from EA's press conference that I had the pleasure of like actually enjoying while I sat there and almost killed myself. Just kidding. Was Sea of Solitude, which no, it's not Sea of Thieves or Sea of Thieves update. Sea of Solitude is by an indie developer, and it's on their I guess EA. You know how they yearly do that at E3 when they publish a game through an independent developer. So that was definitely a game that I liked, and also surprisingly they had Unravel 2, which is co-op. But this co-op was pretty damn funny just because it looked like, for a simple fact, it looked like it had a what's what I'm looking for? One of the actual Yarnies was blue and the other one was red.
Oh yeah.
So to me, I was like, okay, so now they're gangbanging on stage. This is pretty cool. But otherwise, everything else from the EA conference, it was just Anthem and Battlefield 5. And to be honest, they didn't show much of either.
Yeah, that's true.
They really didn't show much of either. All they showed was gameplay trailers that they had showed us already. So they basically was teasing us again. And then we got a chance to see other BS, which like really made no sense because, or once again, all they were doing was setting up teasers, and then it said, "Oh, see the rest tomorrow at Microsoft's conference."
Yeah.
And Microsoft didn't. Did Microsoft even show anything from Anthem? I don't think so.
No.
Which was mind blowing because they are marketing Anthem. So I'm like, well, if they're marketing Anthem, where the hell was Anthem at the Microsoft conference?
Yeah.
Overall, E3 in general, I give a C. Last year it was like a B. No, actually, last year it was an A. Last year was a B. The year before that was an A. But this year it was a solid C. Because EA took a L on Saturday, which was the first that they led the conference, which was beyond me. I don't know how they were able to lead the conference constantly. It's just they shouldn't be allowed to. Microsoft's conference surprised me the most. Before I get on to Microsoft, I just want to say EA did have Unravel 2, and they dropped it on the same day as they announced it. So
yeah,
that was pretty dope. Yeah, that was pretty dope because the first Unravel was actually really good if you played it. Having couch co-op is better. Yeah, having couch co-op is 10 times better. That was kind of unexpected from EA. Like last year, they was just a complete shit show. Excuse my French. This year it was even worse. Like, give us what we asked for. Give us a proper remaster of Dead Space and Dead Space 2. And at least try your best and give us Skate 4. Like, y'all put the servers back on for Skate 3, but wasn't going to give us a Skate 4. Like, y'all was stupid. Like, I never understood that logic. Thank you for wasting my damn time, 2018. Like, you just wasted a whole day. I could have did something Saturday, but I decided to watch the EA conference. So that should tell you something. Other than that, what's your take on EA's conference, Joker?
EA's conference. It was actually it was all right. Like a little bit that could catch. I was working most of the time during E3, but I did catch the Microsoft one. I was kind of blown away at the fact that they actually purchased like 5 different other studios, like independent studios and stuff. So now I feel like they're gonna have more exclusives, which means that Game Pass that you've been paying $10 for a month might be worth it for sure now. Sony's was all right. Nintendo. What was up with Nintendo, man? Like, all they showed was just Smash Brothers. Like, I think that was like the longest segment that they had was just Smash Brothers.
So much Smash Brothers, if you don't mind me cutting in. They showed so much Smash Brothers, I forgot if they showed anything else. And I know they showed other stuff. They showed a new Fire Emblem, the one that we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
They showed one game that caught my eye that actually is going to make me purchase a Switch, I promise this time, was Daemon X Machina. And they didn't show enough of that. Like, they don't show none of their new IP. They show shit that we know is coming down the pipeline. And my prime example of that is they showed Smash Brothers a while back at a Nintendo Treehouse Direct. And they just showed it as Smash Brothers. Fast forward to this year's E3. Now it's called Smash Brothers Ultimate. Okay. And like y'all showed us the Inklings too. Was there any reason in showing us that the Inklings were new characters again? They should have just showed us Ridley, and that was it. I don't mind. I'm okay with it. I love Smash Brothers. I haven't played in a while, like competitively, like a lot of other people. But I can tell you, I am gonna get Smash Brothers Ultimate. But at the same time, where was the love for the other games? Like, I could have sworn they spent the conference, their treehouse around this time was 42 minutes long, and the majority of that was spent on Smash Brothers Ultimate. So to me, it was extremely disappointing. I give, like, if I have to give, that's why I said I give, like, you know, my general consensus is that they did poorly this year. I give them a C, just like I give EA a C. But if we're gonna jump from EA, let's at least go straight to Microsoft, because I want to talk about that greatest of all time conference that they had. Because if I'm gonna rate them right now, between Microsoft and Sony, because I'm sure that's what a lot of people want to hear. Nintendo getting a C, obviously, but Microsoft a B+, Sony an A+, and I'm gonna tell you my reasoning behind this. I think Sony showed us Sony actually showed us gameplay. Like, let's not get into the Nintendo aspect. I know they showed gameplay of certain games, but at the same time, it was 42 minutes, and it was extremely underwhelming. Like, I expected Nintendo to save us from the BS that was Microsoft showing a lot of third-party and barely any first-party presence, and Sony showing a lot of first-party presence, barely any third-party presence, and that damn transition BS that they pulled during that conference. So I expected Nintendo to come out and be like, boom, here, hold this, and give L's to both Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah, no, because they have potential.
And it was extremely underwhelming, because I already expected that from Smash Brothers. You didn't have to show me that. Show me more gameplay from Daemon X Machina. Show me more Mario Party 10 stuff. Like, show me more stuff from other games. I was hyped about Mario Party 10 until I realized there was only 2 minutes of them talking about it, and then they moved on. So, you know, it was really underwhelming. Like, I'm mad at the fact that it was that underwhelming, because I expected more. I had high hopes for Nintendo instead of Sony and Microsoft. Me being a freaking Sony guy, I'm like, okay, Nintendo's going to save us this E3. Nope. They gave everybody an L. And their shares dropped by 7%. So that should tell you something.
You know, like even our Patreon over here on the YouTube channel, Lag King, he's agreeing with us. He said that Sony had more gameplay trailers than Nintendo. You know, and it's crazy how like things turned out. And I don't know, like even the Smash Brothers, like when they first announced it, I was hyped about it. I was like ready to go, and I was like, yeah let's do it.
Like, if you don't mind me cutting in real quick.
What's up?
That to me is the reason why it wasn't a surprise this E3.
Yeah.
Y'all already showed Smash Brothers all the way back in January.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming.
And that's the thing.
Y'all should have spent the most 10 minutes. Not even. They could have spent 5 minutes on Smash Brothers and said, we'll show more during the rest of the days of E3.
Yeah.
And they could have showed more of that Daemon X Machina. That game looked amazing. However, I feel like if it was a rating game, like I said, Nintendo get a solid C. I would say C+. Sony an A+, Microsoft a B.
Yeah.
No, as a matter of fact, Sony A-, Microsoft a B+. And my reasoning behind that is because I still feel like Microsoft, even though like my logic probably will kill a lot of people right now, but Microsoft still won E3 because they pulled a Sony. They pulled a classic Sony.
Yeah.
They showed us games that we wanted to see. They gave us an update on a franchise that we asked about. Like, prior to them showing me Halo Infinite, I didn't give a fuck about Halo, if you want my honest opinion. I'm a Gears person through and through. But the only thing that they killed off the hype for me was Gears Pop. Like, why y'all showing mobile games at the conference? They should have showed Gears Pop.
I'm actually pretty hyped about that one. I would actually like to see that one.
Honestly, I didn't care about it. They should not have shown that at their conference. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They should have saved that for like a real montage of more Gears 5 or more Gears Tactic, if that's the case. Then they showed Gears Tactic. I'm definitely buying that, but I wish they was selling on Steam instead of the Microsoft Store, because we all know Microsoft Store sucks ass. Gears 5, simply put, amazing. That's actually in my top 10 games of E3. So I really, like, I'm glad that they chose this different direction and protagonist. They chose the female path.
Yeah.
Which is crazy considering you got a lot of people who's scared to play as a female because they quote unquote can't relate. It's like, motherfucker, it's a video game. Either you gonna play this shit or you aren't. Like a real fan of a series is not going to diminish its returns or diminish the game just because it's playing from the perspective of someone else.
Yeah, that's
oh fucking well. Like, deal with it. It's a game. You're gonna still buy it, even though you're gonna bitch about it. So, like, Microsoft's conference for me, they won E3 because they pulled the classic Sony. They showed us everything we wanted to see. I never expected to see Shadows Die Twice Sekiro from a Japanese developer at a Microsoft conference. I never expected to see Devil May Cry 5 when it kept popping up on ratings for Sony at a Microsoft E3.
Yeah.
I never expected to see Jump Force with Luffy-kun, Naruto, and freaking Goku, Ryuk, Light. I never expected to see stuff like that at a Microsoft conference. So to me, that's one of the reasons they won. But the main reason is because they've acquired, they made their own studio, which is what a lot of people gave them shit for. So they made the Initiative, which is a Sony Santa Monica based studio, which I give them like thousands of kudos for. And then they did something unexpected where they was like, oh, we have more. And they finally acquired Undead Labs. They finally acquired Undead Labs and Playground Studios.
Yep.
And they got Ninja Theory, which that was the most shocking turn of events at Microsoft's conference. If they didn't announce that they had acquired any studios, and they just did it off the fact of third-party support and their exclusives, which of only one is coming out this year, which is Forza 4, then I would have been like, Sony wins E3. It's a wrap. However, because they showed that they actually are listening to their fan base, like, yeah, they show, any other time they show that they're listening when they do like the software updates and they have those great software builds and whatnot. But then you also got like the million, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of them. I constantly roast the hell out of Microsoft for having like 30 million different controllers and no fucking games. So them acquiring Compulsion Games, which was another studio drop, and Ninja Theory, freaking Ninja Theory. Like, I'm hyped for the future of Xbox. I'm hyped. Like, I'm always going to be hyped for PlayStation because I know what to expect. I know greatness takes time for PlayStation. However, for Microsoft, like, I never expected that. This whole thing was left field. Now it leaves us from having to say, okay, well, we got to wait for our Gears every year, because what I'm hoping happens with Microsoft, and I want to hear your input on this too as well, Joker. I feel like this is the best outcome for Microsoft. Yep. Since they do this anyway, I feel like they should adjust when they drop their games. Oh, that was brutal. If you guys seen that, like Last of Us was like GOAT of this year.
Yeah, but Last of Us surprised me, man. Like I actually want to play part 1 now because of it.
Oh yeah, I gotta play it again in HDR this time, so definitely gonna do it. But I'm hoping they do this instead of releasing their AAA titles during the winter or the fall when all of the other big blockbuster titles come out. I hope that Microsoft approaches it the way we have a drought in the summer. There's no games that come out. Drop your shit between June and September.
Yep.
Stop trying to drop it in October when Battlefields and all of the Call of Duties come out. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Yep. So what I'm hoping they approach is a somewhat similar Sony approach, but not a Sony approach. So, like, give time for, Ninja Theory to cook up some games, Initiative to cook up some experiences, and drop those around April, May, and June, and drop your Gears of War in, like, September, August. That way it gives us a reason to buy an Xbox or upgrade our PCs so we can enjoy these experiences. And also, y'all need to be able to, like, honestly, if y'all not going to fix y'all Microsoft Store up and make it as friendly as Steam, I need to do something because no one wants to play on the Microsoft Store because y'all shit is trash.
No, damn.
Like, I'm dead serious. It's fucking trash. I have Quantum Break now, but guess what? I don't have it on Microsoft Store. I have it through Steam. And I will never buy it through the Microsoft Store because the Microsoft Store is garbage. But long story short, Gears Tactics, like that had me excited.
Oh yeah.
Just because it took the route of XCOM, and I like XCOM, but I don't like it as much. But if you put the Gears, a Gears blanket over it, that shit's gonna sell cake on a PC if they have released it to like Steam or hell, even if they released it on Green Man Gaming.
Yep.
One or the other, like do something. Don't just release it on Windows. Don't nobody got time for y'all bullshit. Like y'all basically own the PC platform if you want to be technical, because a lot of people have to play majority of their games on Windows. So just release that bitch on the Steam store. Like, don't make it hard for yourselves. And then Gears 5, and then the Halo Infinite. At first, I thought it was a remake of the Master Chief Collection, like they were redoing it. But then when I started to see the differences, I'm like, this definitely ain't no remake. And then they showed the Arch and stuff like that, and I was like, oh shit. And it was Halo Infinite, and I'm like, okay, well, this game looks extremely next gen, so I doubt that this is going to be on the Xbox One and the Xbox One S. So I hope people don't expect. People who have the regular 1S and the One, don't expect to see Infinite running on your Xbox. I'm just saying. Because what I feel like might happen is, since Phil Spencer was kind enough to name drop that they were doing another Xbox system, I feel like that Halo Infinite is going to be exclusive to the Xbox One X and the next Xbox.
Yeah. Next Xbox supposedly 2020, right?
Yeah, and PC. So I doubt that they're gonna just, and I think it's gonna be 3 iterate. Like, I want y'all to bank on this for me. I think it's gonna be 3 or 2 iterations of an Xbox. They're gonna have one with a low-end CPU and a low-end GPU, and they're gonna have one with a high-end GPU and a high-end CPU. And they're gonna sell them both at 2 different prices. That way they can offset their losses, because you can't. I feel like, if anything, it'll be like this. They'll have one with a Jaguar CPU and a regular PS4 Pro GPU, and that one will be priced at $399. And then the other one will be AMD's new Navi or Zen Architect, because around that time Navi drops. So I'm thinking that one will probably be priced around $499. Or $549. That way they can offset their losses. And this time, since they have Phil Spencer at the head, you can expect them not to be doing any bullshit cut-arounds like, oh, you can only play it with the Kinect. It's online only, because they know gamers are going to give them shit about it. Like, the rest of the consumer world don't give a fuck about something being online only. They don't even know. When I worked at fuck GameStop, there was people that would come into hashtag fuck GameStop. There were people that would come into GameStop and they didn't know which system to buy to play with it. Like, let me just put it this way. I'm not gonna front. I did tell some, like, at first I would tell people you get a PS4 for story-driven games and you get an Xbox for like a lot of the multiplayer experiences. But the people who said that they didn't have good internet connection, I automatically told them to get a PS4.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. It's not because, like, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's because the online for the Xbox is more superior. Nigga, they both have the same online. We all have the same internet. So what is superior from what? Are you talking about the system architecture for the online platform? Or are you talking, like, you gotta be more specific when you say the online is better, because they all have the same games. Only thing that changes is when you say the online for Gears of War versus, say, the online for The Last of Us 2, and that's not even a fair comparison. Not Gears of War, not Last of Us 2, Last of Us, because Last of Us Online is still, people still playing it from till this day. People from PS3 are still playing it to this day, and people on the PS4 are still playing it as well. So you got to be more, correct when people say it's the online. And I like it because the online. The reason why I sold people on getting a PS4 when I worked at GameStop, fuck GameStop hashtag, was because when you have a PS4, you don't have to connect online or do an update. You just play. That's it. If you have an Xbox, like I do myself, I have a One X, I have to, like, when I turn it on, sometimes if I haven't been on in, like, let's say a month, chances are there's an update waiting for me, and I have to update it. I can't play it without updating it. it will not allow me to play without updating it. You don't have to do that on a PlayStation, and the majority of consumers, they don't know that. So when some of the fanboys be out there saying, oh, get this just because it's better, you made someone purchase the system that you like because you say it's better, but you don't know that person's situation.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
though this whole discussion is kind of off topic, but it's on topic at the same time.
Yeah.
But basically, that's my point in why they need to make sure that they get the marketing proper for when they get ready to announce this next Xbox, because they can't fumble this like they did the E3 2013. They fucked up big time, and they know they did. There's no coming back. Like, they already lost this war between Xbox and PS4. Like, between Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, they still lost. Even though the Xbox One X is more powerful and is winning in sales, the PS4 user base is currently sitting at probably 80 plus million. Meanwhile, the Xbox One user base is sitting off at maybe 39 million, maybe, and that's a 2-to-1 ratio. So you still lose. But in the end, in the grand scheme of all things, they they showed the regular Forza stuff, like no one cares. They showed everybody playing. They showed the new stuff playing between the what was that? The shared world where everybody is playing at the same time type stuff, and they making it easier for you to chat. They showed off the controller that's made for abled gamers, which was cool. And like, mainly the reason they won E3, and I'm gonna constantly keep saying it, they showed us what we wanted out of third party, which was unexpected because they showed the Japanese games that a lot of people was excited for, and then they also showed that they are actually listening, and they got 5 new first-party studios. So that's cool. So that means you can kind of expect them to not be buying up fucking third-party games all the time like they did before, because they got 5 new studios that are going to be making games in the future. So what was your thoughts on the Microsoft conference?
Microsoft conference. I actually, I'm not saying it was like, whoa, wow, out of this world, like it was like some crazy stuff, like the past, like in the past couple of years, but it actually held my interest, like every time like they came out with something, like I was actually interested into it, and then when they announced all those studios that they purchased, I was hyped. Like I said, like it's gonna make that $10 a month for that Game Pass actually worth it, because they, think about it. They purchased 5 new studios that tell really good games. Like they have like a really good storytelling to them. Like they're known for that, and it's just gonna be crazy because they're gonna like really have it out there, and more. It'll probably like drop for free, a majority of them, the same day that it comes out. So, well, I mean, not for free because you're paying $10 a month for the service, but
it is a sale on the Xbox Game Pass currently for $30.
Yeah.
For 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Yes, $30 for 6 months.
I definitely would say a lot of people should hop on that.
Jump on that.
Pretty much.
I mean, Microsoft this year they were pretty good. Like not like previous years, but they did better than in some cases better than Sony, and way better than Nintendo.
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
So I know I can't wait. So we'll see what the future holds, especially with that whole Game Pass thing, and what's gonna happen with these exclusive games.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite exciting to see what actually pops off with that.
Other than that, I mean, I got a top 10.
I know you do, you happy bastard.
I'm pretty excited for my top 10. You ready?
No, you can't do that yet.
Yes, I can. No, I want to do it.
You really can't. Because we're not going to do top 10 yet. We didn't even finish talking about E3.
No. E3 this year, E3 overall this year, I was disappointed. That's all. That's what I'm going to say. Like you said, EA had nothing for me. They only had like maybe one game, and it was for the mobile. Okay. Other than that, that was it. They offered a streaming service, you know, which isn't even like 100% implemented correctly yet, you know. So what's gonna happen with that? Even the Xbox. My thing for the Xbox, that rumored 2020 Xbox console, I believe it's just gonna be one. I don't think it's gonna be three like you're saying, because the reason why I'm thinking it's one is because they're still working on that whole streaming service, and they you know, the way Phil Spencer was talking seemed like he's a little confident when it comes to his streaming service. You know, so you never know. We might end up paying like a premium for the streaming, but we're gonna be paying for a smaller. I'm assuming a smaller console that's powerful enough to accept over the air stuff, you know, like over the internet, streaming, cloud-based games that actually play in 4K, 60 FPS, and play smooth, but like if it's a PC, right?
Basically, they're making their own iteration of a Steam machine, but it's just Xbox.
Yeah, you're right.
That's all I can say about it right now.
Even
currently.
Steam machine has issues, man. I have a Steam machine.
It depends on which one you have, though, because a lot of the other Steam machines are actually pretty damn decent.
Oh no, I have like the one from Steam that's like always goes on sale for like $5.
See, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual Steam machines, not the PlayStation TV Steam machine. But continue. I would say Bethesda. That was I don't like conferences where they expect you to clap for them. So that was my only awkward moment with Bethesda. It's like every time you turn around, they announce something, someone was waiting for you to clap. Like the guy who went on to talk about the Elder Scrolls Online community, he just kept waiting for people to clap and stuff. It just was extremely annoying. It was very cringeworthy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
But I can say this though. The thing that I did like was they showed 2 next-gen games that aren't coming out on this gen of systems. It might come out on this gen of systems, but definitely coming out on the next gen of systems because they said it themselves. And it was Starfield, which was already rumored, and Elder Scrolls 6, the Elder Scrolls 6. But Fallout 76, we finally got more information on it. It's basically going to be kind of like Rust, but more survival-like. Are you there? Why are you so quiet?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah,
I'm like doing 40 million things over here, man. I'm here.
Oh, I didn't know that. You trying to concentrate?
Yeah.
I'm
attempting.
So yeah, it plays like Rust. Remember the Rust game?
Wait, which game?
Fallout 76 plays like Rust.
Yeah,
it's not a battle royale.
I never played
that. People was thinking it just plays like Rust, and you can play. It didn't say that you had to be with a group of 4 friends, but it did say that there's gonna be like it's a survival game. It's not a battle royale game, so it's just gonna be a lot of people in there who y'all gonna be going up against, and it's a majority of the people. Not like it's gonna be some NPCs in there, but a majority of the people are just going to be, in there. So I was like, okay, cool beans. That was interesting. Wolfenstein Youngblood. Now that I can't wait for. You play as it's a co-op. It's a couch co-op that you can play, and I think it's also online co-op. You can play as BJ Blazkowicz's twin daughters.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely was digging that. Like I see the theme of this E3 was more co-op. There's a lot of co-op stuff this E3. So I'm really excited to see where that goes. That's definitely interesting. Doom Eternal, not Doom 2, but Doom Eternal is literal hell on earth. So that was cool. They showed some updates for Quake Unreal Tournament. So, they're going to give more information for Doom and Quake Unreal Tournament at QuakeCon later this year. And what else? Oh, yeah. So they announced they had a funny skit with the guy from Key and Peele. And it basically was showing the that they put freaking what's that game called? Skyrim. They put it on the freaking Alexa, so that was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that they put it on the Alexa, the Etch-a-Sketch, and on your Samsung smart refrigerator. That was the whole point of the joke. But it is coming to mobile. There is an Elder Scrolls coming to mobile. And you can play it across all platforms. So versus people on VR, you could be at work playing it on your phone versus someone that's at home playing it on VR. Their conference, at first I was like, I give that their conference was hard to beat. That's what I was saying. But nah, Bethesda's conference to me was a B-. So definitely, it was definitely one up from EA. That's probably why a lot of people was like, it's way better than it's the thing that someone's gonna have to beat them, because they also showed updates for a lot of their other games that was already out. So they showed updates for Prey. They showed updates for Wolfenstein with the Youngblood stuff, which is gonna be like an offshoot, kind of like how when they had when they had Wolfenstein and then Wolfenstein New World Order, and then after that, Old Blood came out as like an expanded universe, expanded upon universe from the regular one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. But yeah, long story short, it was unexpected, so cool at the same time. What do you think about Bethesda's conference?
To be honest, I don't think I watched, but I didn't watch Bethesda. And then I was trying to catch up with everything, but I don't know. Never got a chance to actually like get into it. The life of being a dad.
That's good. And next was the PC gaming show. No one cares.
Damn.
Yeah, we'll skip over that. What else? No. Yeah, the PC gaming show was weird. They showed updates of a game that's never going to come out. That's the only thing I'm going to mention. Star Citizen. Star Citizen will never come out. I'm just letting everybody know. That game's never coming out. So y'all can forget about it. Like, they've amassed well over they almost at $1 billion. I'm pretty sure of it. Like, they make too much money. But anyway, long story short. What else? Then we get to Sony's conference. Okay. So Sony's conference showed a lot of shit that a lot of people was interested in. And one of the things they showed first, which was that the whole place that they were in, if you notice, God damn it, New York, shut your police up. The thing that they showed that I was interested in the most was they showed, if anyone caught on, that place that everybody was in, that little tent, it was basically like a church, and it was reminiscent of what they showed from The Last of Us 2. That's what they were getting at. It was supposed to look like the same exact church from The Last of Us 2. If no one caught on.
I know I didn't.
Yeah, but they had that weird guy who was playing the piano. He was playing a banjo, so that was cool. That shit brutal as hell. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, The Last of Us 2 is gonna turn some. Like, first of all, it already turned some heads. You got all the social justice warrior people that like the social justice the anti-social justice warrior, or whatever the hell you want to call them, talking about, oh, now they're trying to set something. You're gonna kiss girls. They're playing as a lesbian. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, play the game.
Yeah, man.
Like, also interested in what, like, are you a female? Do you feel like you gotta kiss a guy? Like, you feel that like you basically what I'm trying to say is they don't know what their own sexuality is, so they're the only ones complaining. I love women. I know I love women, just like Ellie. But I'm not going to be like, oh, why are they putting this on me? No one wants to play this bullshit. I don't know how that feels. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, you feeling yourself too much. You are not the developer behind the game. Otherwise, your game would be trash because, like, all these dude bros who's like, I can't stand it. They're turning all these games into social justice warrior garbage. It's like, just shut up, please. Like, just please shut up.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to buy it anyway, so just shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Like, Jesus Christ. That was crazy. But the thing that threw me off, and I feel like Sony's conference would have been better, is if that 10 minutes they used to transition to another tent was used on fucking third-party games.
Oh, yeah?
That was the longest. Like, yeah, I'm glad they tried something new because it was extremely different. So I like that it was different. But it's like, don't do that shit next year, please.
Uh-huh.
Don't do that shit again. Because imagine if we actually went to the PlayStation Experience movie theater. Imagine how they were feeling at the movies.
Yep.
Sitting down, watching that shit unfold in front of you, and you like, what's going on? How would you have felt?
No, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know why people gets like so like I don't know what the word is for that, but uncomfortable. How's that? I don't know. People get so uncomfortable when it comes to that kind of stuff. I personally don't mind it. It's it's like it's something that you can experience. You know what I'm saying? Like without, I guess, going through it. So hopefully, like it'll help you understand it a little bit better.
Yep, that's the whole idea, though.
I like growing up. I've never had an issue. Like I a couple of my friends, are gay, or bisexual, and I've never did I ever once have an issue with any of them. They respect me, I respect them, and we've had like a lot of good times growing up.
Exactly. It's not like the person changed. It's just what they like is different compared to what you like. So I don't understand.
Yeah. So
like, why are you so fucking concerned with what that person likes instead of just being a goddamn friend?
Yep, that's true. And you have people out there because they don't understand it, that's it. It's negative, it's wrong. It's the worst thing you can do, that's it. And then that's no good. Like you can't be so closed-minded. Like now I would understand if something negative happened to you when it comes to that, but then you can have some kind of reasoning behind it. But other than that, just because you don't understand it, that's it. Like it's the end of the world. And there's people out there that there's some that they choose that lifestyle, and there are others that are born into it, and nobody wants to understand that either.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those who I don't understand how you're born into it, but I feel like you just might be born into a different feeling set. Like your feelings are different. I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're wired differently, and I'm not saying that like in a negative way. I'm not saying that like to be negative and and all that, but it's just you're just different, and different is good. Different is nice. Like I personally like different. There's nothing wrong with different.
And then it was so we can move on from The Last of Us 2 and go on to that long transition. They did one surprising thing during the transition, which was they gave away Black Ops 3 for free to everybody who owns a PS4. So If you haven't, you still probably have the chance to download it now. I suggest you. I don't even play the damn thing, but I downloaded it just because it's free. So there you go. After that, they showed a game that we haven't seen any actual gameplay from, and I was so hyped to see it. Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
holy
man.
shit!
Yeah,
Holy
I want to admit something. They showed that during the PlayStation E3 conference, and I'll admit it, I was super tired from work, and I had work the next day, and I fell asleep. My wife was like screaming her head off with certain games and stuff, and that was one game that she was like really, really interested in, and I was like sleeping through it. And I haven't seen it since, up until earlier today when I got yelled at to check it out. I finally did, and I actually would like to get the game. I really, really want it.
Like, Ghost of Tsushima, I don't care if you got an Xbox One X. You need to get yourself a PS4 Pro just to complete that trio. Because Ghost of Tsushima, they said they were playing that one. They said they were playing that one on an Xbox. I mean, on an Xbox. What the fuck? They said they were playing that one on a PS4 Pro. And when you see it, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, I was watching it and I was just like, whoa, you know, like I was blown away by the graphics and all that.
But yeah, that I was really excited for, just because
I know I can't wait for that game.
I didn't expect that level of gameplay. Sorry for the long pause, but I actually was looking at something that was I had something that was shipped a while back, so I was trying to get an update on where the hell it is.
Yeah, over the Pacific.
But I gotta listen out for the door.
Lag pointed out the combat in that game, Ghost of
Tsushima.
Yes, Ghost of Tsushima. He's pointing out it was real brutal, like how like the combat system.
Oh hell yeah, it was realistic. That's why.
Not for nothing, it kind of reminds me of For Honor, because I noticed that the main character was holding his sword a certain way, and then it fluidly moved in a different direction. And it was almost like the same movement as For Honor. So if the combat system is similar to For Honor, I don't know. You know, like the game though looks incredible. It looks amazing. I'm still gonna get it regardless. But hopefully, if it kind of is the same mechanics as For Honor, I would like for them to improve on it. You know, have a better feel on it. So, man, that game was like beautiful from beginning to end. That whole entire trailer, you know,
it really was though. Like the way he walked up and it said Mongol invasion day 9, and he walked up to the flower field.
Oh yeah.
He called his horse Noble, and they raced off into the other direction towards where the Mongols were.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene, and then when they were getting ready to square up and fight each other, that's a New York term. They're about to square up.
Hashtag Yurt.
They was about to square up and fight each other. I noticed the subtle quiet, like it got quiet for a second, like real quiet, and then the strike. And I was like, that's so realistic. It's crazy. So like, I really can't wait to play that joint. And plus, they showed stuff that I didn't expect. So like, I don't know if a lot of people played a lot of Sucker Punch games, but Sucker Punch games, they normally do stuff along the lines of, if you play you can play your bad guy first, or you can play the good guy first. So what I'm thinking, when we saw the first trailer back at PlayStation Experience, they showed him in ninja gear.
Oh yeah, Ninja Gear.
So I'm thinking maybe they'll have it to where if you play a bad guy or you play like certain way, you'll get to you'll get to either wear Ninja Gear or you can only get it if you like be a bad guy or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see how that turns out. But I'm like excited to see what because they're not gonna really be at Gamescom. I know Microsoft is going to be at Gamescom, but I know Sony don't do Gamescom as much anymore. They will have a booth there and stuff, but they won't do it. I know they do Paris Game Show, though.
Oh, yeah.
So they do Paris Game Show, which is in October, the last week of October.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Hold on. Talk about something else. I got to check and see.
This guy. To all our patrons currently listening, and to our future patrons, if you can, please share and subscribe to us. You know, that'd be nice. That'd be great. You know, we had to make a new page due to technical difficulties, and you know, it's going. It's going. It's slow going, but it's going. You know, please share us, like us, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Any criticism is an awesome criticism. You know, please let me know. Let us know. You know, we would also like to know what your guys' top 10 is. If you guys have a top 10, please share it on Facebook or on Instagram. You know, please feel free.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to call Amazon customer service and tell them to stop using that laser ship service, because laser ship is a bunch of dickheads. Like, I don't know where they delivered my ship to, but Amazon gonna have to send me another one. That's why I'm not panicking. So anyway, long story short, after Ghost of Tsushima, and that combat was freaking ferocious. So I love the scene where they're fighting in the red leaves. That was crazy. But after that, they showed off Control. They showed off more Spider-Man, which I'm not going to get into that because they showed off enough Spider-Man already. So I just can't wait for the game to just release already. Like, just release already so I could play. And then they showed off was it Death Stranding, which was weird as hell, but I actually quite liked it. So I was definitely okay with that.
Death Stranding, that game, man.
Hideo Kojima knows how to confuse the hell out of people.
Hell yeah!
Oh, damn, I don't know how you let me skip over this, but Microsoft also showed, like, it didn't like it went out. They went out with a bang when they left. Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh yeah.
Now that was crazy.
Cyberpunk 2077. I'm actually it caught my interest. Not enough where I would like to actually buy it, but enough where I want to follow it, just to see where it takes me.
Oh, I'm definitely buying it. But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 was crazy. So that's also why they won E3, because they showed shit people was been waiting to see for the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Sony's conference, there was what was that other conference? Damn, like it's sad how all the other conferences went unnoticed because of Sony and Microsoft. Like, it really is though. Like, anything after that, like, Nintendo just fucked it up themselves. So that was definitely an L. They took an L for that.
Yeah, they took an L for this E3. It was real bad.
Yeah, they took it out. But yeah, you know, it's a lot of different stuff coming out that I'm extremely excited for. That's why we had this E3 reel running in the background.
man. So yeah, freaking E3. Maybe one day I'll head over to E3 and actually be there.
I do, however, think that this year's I think next year is the year of dreams because all of the stuff that they announced this year come out next year.
Yeah.
Ubisoft's conference is a conference that I was actually looking forward to just because Beyond Good and Evil 2 piqued a lot of people's interest. So, you know, that was quite crazy. Beyond Good and Evil 2 and how they sucked off Miyamoto in the crowd with that Star Fox thing from Starlink, that was funny as hell. And the Division 2 looks promising, so that's a win.
It looks promising. It looks promising. I'm actually gonna like throw caution to the wind, and you know, probably get it later. That's my wife for everybody. That was my wife, guys, just in case.
Oh, she's jumping in and out of places.
So.
Yeah, I'm hyped to see what happens. Beyond Good and Evil 2 looked good though.
Wait, hold on. The Division kind of confused me a little bit.
If you want to be technical, I feel like Ubisoft won the best out of the third parties. Just because they showed a lot of promise with that Assassin's Creed Odyssey, with the Sparta kick and 150 versus 150.
Yes. I can't wait for that one. And you could choose either to be a male or a female.
Yeah. Alexios or a Cassandra.
Yeah. Alexia or Cassandra. I would actually play as Cassandra. I'll tell you right now. A lot of games that I play that I can pick a female, I would most likely pick a female. You know, I feel that female characters, like, I don't know, like I feel like they have like a quicker reaction time, like in game. Even if they don't have any stats, I just feel like they have a quicker reaction time and they have like a smaller hitbox. If that makes sense. You know, and it's like I said before, the Division 2 confused the hell out of me because.
Wait, how?
Because man, I'm watching it, and as I'm watching it, they showed up like in this like in a heavily forested area, and then out of nowhere, like they're like in this place that has like a white door and it says like West Wing on it, and then I flipped out because I'm thinking they're in the botanical gardens in the Bronx. So I'm over here like, yo, I was there. I fixed those doors when I used to work for the door company because they actually have a pair of white doors just like that that says West Wing right above it, you know. And then I find out that it was freaking is from Washington D.C. I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. So.
That is crazy. And then, aside from Assassin's Creed Odyssey and the Division 2, which were their big hitters, that Starlink game that they showed looks quite promising. Like it's coming out for all systems, but I think it would probably be best played on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Just for that Star Fox alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Skull and Bones looks good too, but
oh yeah, that was one.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I've sort of in the time span given up on pirate games just because Sea of Thieves was trash. Even though you say you still play it, trash. And
I don't play it like that anymore. So.
Oh, you left it in the dust.
Yeah, because I've been playing an actual game like Monster Hunter, and I'm about to jump on Hitman. You know, I'm trying to play it from beginning to end. Let me know if you guys want to see some gameplay on it. I'll put it up. I'll be playing it on the PC through good old trusty Steam.
And he's gonna live stream it through YouTube.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, he's gonna be on like right after this. He's gonna live stream it on the Gaming Cult YouTube page. So y'all stay tuned.
I won't be on like that. I'm going to bed. I got a long day tomorrow.
Stream for an hour.
Stream for an hour. This guy.
Yeah, that ain't that hard to ask. Just stream for an hour. Or hell, if you can't do that in an hour, just do less. Don't matter.
All right.
You gotta beat that mission in an hour though, because I wonder what it is. I'm gonna watch it myself just so I can roast in the chat.
All right, if the people want it. If the people want it, I'll see.
Yeah, this E3 was pretty tame and it was trash at the same time. So
yeah, no, I agree. It was. Compared
to last year, we had stuff to look forward to, and now because everything is coming to a head, it feels like we're saying goodbye now. Like this is the love song out of the window, and we're gonna be blessed into another era of consoles because I feel like it's gonna be another new Xbox, right? Like think about if you want to be technical, 2020 ain't that far from now.
Yeah, it really isn't. The way things are right now.
We're at the middle of 2018.
Yep.
So 2020 really ain't that far from now. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see where these publishers and developers are standing from this point and you know, and where we are from now until then, because at that point, I hope that we've gained at least a larger following.
Yeah.
But, you know, long story short, we'll try to be more active with you guys. We definitely do appreciate all of the feedback that everyone has given us.
Yes.
And, you know, just make sure you follow us on the social media pages at TheGamiingKult with 2 eyes.
Yes.
On Instagram, Twitter, and here on Facebook, here on YouTube. We're going to be posting the links below because we moved from our old channel. So when you type in the Gaming Cult in the YouTube search bar, most likely 2 things will pop up. It's the first one with this Gaming Cult logo here. The one that says LNC, that's something completely different.
Yes.
So, you know, just be wary of that. You know, subscribe to us. Be a part of the notification squad. Make sure you get updated all the time when we're about to go live. And we're going to be trying to post more videos during the week as well, like small miniature segments, maybe one by one, maybe in a group. Or, you know, maybe just alone, just getting stuff off our chest about certain games, which I think would be really cool. So, you know, this year's E3 was a C. Like a lot of the companies did good, but a majority of them got a C, so the median is a C. That's what we give an E3 this year. I'm really hopeful for The Last of Us 2. I'm really hopeful for all the Sony exclusives. But I'm definitely hopeful for Gears of War 5. I don't know where that Halo Infinite is going, but I do want to see where, because they said that's also going to be the first Halo game that they launching on PC as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited for. Like for the first brand new Halo game that they're going to be launching on PC. So that kind of leaves room for them to drop the Master Chief Collection on PC as well.
I know, I can't wait.
Yeah, so we're gonna see where this goes from now, especially with you know, all of these, everything's dying down until what is it? The first week of August is Gamescom, and then Tokyo Game Show is the last week of September or the first week of September. One of those.
Yeah, it's one of those.
We'll be trying to live stream that as well. So just be sure to follow us and subscribe to us. Get our musings. And until next time, we see you guys later. This has been a small live stream, so
yeah,
this is our recap of what we thought of this year's E3. It was weird, but it also was worth it just because of, you know, what we saw. So I definitely would say Microsoft first, Sony second, Nintendo third. And as far as publishers go, I would say Ubisoft, Bethesda, then EA. EA's all the way at the back. But before we go, we're gonna do our top 10 games of E3. And I'm gonna go first just because I want to get mine out of the way and I want to see what Joker's top 10 is. But in no particular order, Sea of Solitude, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, The Last of Us 2, we'll say Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Spider-Man, Gears of War 5, Anthem, Battlefield 5, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's my top 10. But my game of the show is Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm giving Ghost of Tsushima my game of the show. Because that game surprised me the most. Everything else I was already expecting. But Ghost of Tsushima, I didn't expect it to be that good or that realistic.
I hear you. All right. So my top 10, again, in no particular order. We got Anthem, Division 2, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Devil May Cry 5. I'm like, in particular, like kind of hyped about it because you get to you get to play as Nero, and I actually like Nero for a character for Devil May. Just saying. Then you have Skull and Bones, Ghost of Tsushima, Kingdom Hearts 3, The Last of Us 2, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and Spider-Man. Some honorable mentions. I have a few because I really couldn't pick. The next installment of Cuphead, Fallout 76, Gears, all the Gear stuff, so Pop, Tactics, and 5, Super Mario Party, and Black Desert Online. And then for me, the game that stole it all for me, that I was like, oh my God, let's go, Resident Evil 2, that remake. I can't fucking wait. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. Huge. I love
noticed
zombies.
one thing, right?
Huh?
You noticed one thing about our game of the E3?
What?
Neither of us said Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, it was in my top 10. But yeah, you're right. You know what it is too? Is because they've announced that game so many times and they pushed it back so many times that it's like, like even now, like for me at least, like they announced the game finally has a release date and everything, but I'm like, because they might end up pushing it, so whatever.
Yeah, that's why I think they're gonna push that shit again. The reason they said they did January 29th, 2019 is because that could be a global release.
Yeah.
But if they switch it again, then what was the point in
that PlayStation 4 Pro from Kingdom Hearts? That looks sexy. I would so fucking get that shit.
I'll get that if they don't show me a decent Spider-Man PS4 Pro.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I'm hoping to see a limited edition PS4 Pro Spider-Man bundle. Now where's Mechi?
She's in the YouTube chat.
Well, where's her top 10?
I told her to say it, and she doesn't want to bring it.
Yeah, nah, we waiting for her. So.
Oh man. We're waiting
for you to tell her to get over there.
Hold on.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, so give us your top 10.
My top 10, ready? All right, in no particular order. The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Control, Kingdom Hearts 3, even though I'm not holding my breath on that one. Spider-Man, Devil May Cry 5, Dying Light 2, Jump Force, which you guys didn't talk about. I'm disappointed.
I talked about it.
I didn't hear anything about it.
Lord Jesus, the devil is a liar.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps and Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
That's actually what was your game of the show?
Man, I don't know. It has to be between The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. Those two really surprised me. I really like the gameplay of The Last of Us 2, and Ghost of Tsushima is just such a gorgeous looking game, and the fighting looks amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
And you heard it here first. Mercedes has told us all what her favorite and top 10 games of E3 is.
Yay!
So, until next time, we see all of y'all. This is
Bye.
And the Alvin family signing out.
See you guys later.
Bye. Bye.